Good morning, welcome to this week's video. What a difference a week can make. I don't know if you saw last week's video. All I was doing was moaning about the colours not appearing through autumn, but within a week been a massive change. Okay, maybe not as vibrant as we've seen in previous years, but at least we are getting some colours. So this week, come down to Cornwall. Actually down here with my wife and brother, sister-in-law. Come down for a weekend. Just outside Liskeard we're staying. So I've come to a place called Golitha Falls, or hopefully I've come to a place called Golitha Falls to check them out. They look quite interesting on the information I've looked up. So I'm gonna go check them out, hopefully get some shots. Okay, so from the car park, I've headed down the River Fowey. Just followed the footpath down through. Down at the main falls now. It's a bit awkward underfoot. A few sort of rocks and boulders, but looking quite impressive. So I'm hoping I've chose the right side to be for now to get the best shots. I certainly can get some shots anyway from this side. Very impressed. So let's walk down through, find a couple compositions, and I'll show you where we are and what we're doing. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I've got the microphone attached, but the flow of this water is really quite loud. Anyway, I've got this first composition set up using this rock here with these leaves on as a foreground, and then got the water cascading down through. Got either side of the fall here, so it sort of leads you up through into the fall. Glad I got here early because I hadn't done the direction of the sun, and the sun is actually going to be directly in front of me. So it's probably better to have been an evening location really, but I would imagine it's also quite busy here later in the day. So we'll get a few shots whilst it's quiet and before that sun gets up too high in the sky. Okay, because it is still quite dark, I'm not using any filters at all. I'm just using straight through the lens, the 24-80 lens. Shooting at f11, ISO 100 to first of a second, which is plenty slow enough. This water is pretty rapid really, so much slower than that, and it's just going to be a white-out blur. So just to show a bit of movement in the water, I'm focusing on this foreground rock and getting the shot. Okay, this next shot, I've put the camera in portrait orientation and tilted it down just to give a bit of distortion in the shot, but we quite like the way the water's coming down here, and then it's lapping in round this little bit of a sort of almost like a bit of a rock pool with some leaves floating around in the bottom of it. So I've got the camera tilted down, trying to focus on the water in front of me with a polarizer on to take a bit of glare down in the water, and then in the background we have the falls. Just something a little bit different, focusing away from the main falls. Quite liking the way this looks. Shooting back towards that sunlight, which is not something I would normally like to do, because it just sort of gives me shadows and high contrast, etc. But using this bit of a fall here as a foreground, and then the flow going back up to the main falls there at the back, but got some real nice light just picking up on the surface of this water here, where it's just a little bit slower, which as an image goes is looking quite nice. It's probably a bit blown out there on the Osmo pocket camera in the back of the camera, but it's looking quite nice. So if it looks pretty good, here it is. Yeah, this is nice. Get some nice light casting through now, just picking up on the tops of this water here. Using these rocks and these few leaves down here in the bottom. Shooting at 24 mil, shooting wide angle, so picking up them, and then in the background we've got the those falls there, which is just one of many falls down through here, to be honest. If you haven't been here before, I would highly recommend it. It's a bit awkward underfoot at places, but it's definitely a nice location. Okay, so a few shots of the falls. I think I'm going to make my way back up through now and see if anything else catches my eye as I'm going. The sun is just starting to come up now, and break a bit of light down into the trees in certain areas. And on the way in, there was some nice woodland areas as well. So, which I think now we'll probably have a bit of light casting in on them. So, I think I'm going to make my way back up through the falls, see if anything else catches my eye, and maybe just get a few shots with some of the autumn colours that I've seen on the way in. Now the light's getting better. So let's walk on, see what else we can see. Okay, just light just caught this here. This fungi growing out the tree. Don't know if you've seen a video I made a couple of weeks ago, but the way that has been backlit from behind with a natural light of the sky, just thought I better get that shot, and looks quite nice. So I'll just put that one up now, let you see, let me know what you think. Okay, don't forget, stay tuned to the end of the video, because there will be a few extra images that I've taken that I've not talked you through at the end. So, okay, so I eyed this shot up on the way in. I'm kind of wishing now that I'd taken it on my way in when there was no sunlight casting across, because it's all got a little bit harsh now. Before it was nice, it was quite soft. But anyway, I'm taking the shot now, sort of taking the exposure down. I've got this pathway leading up and sort of disappearing around the corner. And we've got this row of trees here, which is quite pleasant. So let's get this shot, and then I'll put it up, let you have a look. So I'm shooting at 1/30 of a second. I'm just bringing the exposure down slightly underexposing to bring the highlights down. See on the histogram there, just keeping it down on the shadows. All the information is all there. So it's focusing 2/3 of the way into the shot, and see what that looks like when we get it edited. If it looks okay, I'll put it on. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed this week's video. It's been an enjoyable walk down through here. It was quite handy because we were staying nearby, so just glad I checked it out. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, it's much appreciated. And if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to keep up with some of my latest content, so hit the subscription button and the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. It's always good to get some feedback. So from Golitha Falls in Cornwall, I'm gonna make my way back now and go back to our cabin we're staying in and get some breakfast. So good to see you, hope to see you next time. Till then, take it easy.